Hey, what's up, guys? And as you can see by my pile, you will ask yourself, what the hell is going on here? So today I want to talk about army building, why I do it, why you don't have to do it, why some people do it, opinions and things like that. For me, it's literally a matter of I love the way it looks in photos. I loved against those stacked against odd odds, those overwhelmingly slim chances of you actually being able to make it out of this. So some people ask me, why do I have so many different types and things like that? Or what's this and what's that? I mostly collect army builders because they look absolutely fantastic in photos. Again, if you're doing those swarming shots or things like that, it's fantastic, especially with Alien and Predator, with Kamen Rider, to have a bunch of Shocker combatant men, cool. And I've been asked a lot about this. This is the NECA Evil Dead Demon Spawn. Now, I've actually had these and used these guys in a ton of photos, a lot, but only very recently have I been getting asked a lot about it. So we'll get into that in a second. So I'm going to basically round out one of each of the army builders that I have out, and we're going to talk about what I do with them and why and what I use them for. I'll try not to bore you guys along the way. So yeah. So here we have 3 different types of Marvel Legend, an import type army builder, and a NECA army builder. So some of them have custom parts, so we'll get into that in a second as well too. We have a Shocker dude. Let's use you. These guys just scream out E all day and get blown up, right? We have an AIM guy. Where's our AIM guy? AKA the Beekeepers. And I really like the 2-pack ones a lot more because the yellow and black look really good, while the yellow and blue is like that of an actual beekeeper. So it's kind of annoying, right? And then we have a Hydra guy. And these are basically just guys who are, you know, asshole Nazis, need to be legit, like blown up on sight. And then in the back, we're going to do a NECA Demon Spawn because these guys are actually technically bigger than all these guys here. So the thing about these and why I do army building is strictly because these guys are so wobbly after getting beat up for so long. I choose to do army building because it looks absolutely dope in my photos. I love doing these kind of photos, and I absolutely love how the photos come out because I love swarming types. Now, I know I've stated that before, but I think the biggest issue is that some people will wonder, how many is too many? How many should I get? Things like that, right? In all actuality, I do mines in sets of either 3, 5, 7, or 9. And the reason why that is because with 3, you're doing 3-on-1. That's the normal thing you see in a martial arts movie. You'll see it in any sort of action flick. 3 is a roundabout number. That's how you start off with it. Even when something is being reinforced, there's always an odd number. And what I've learned is when you go on the set of these movies, because I've finally been to a few sets, is that when you go on the set of the movies for things like this, is that when you have a set of 3, 5, 7, or 9, 3 is because there's always 2 guys coming at you, 1 guy already engaged with you. So that's fine. And I'll do that, I guess, at the end of this to try to explain that. And then with 5, 7, 9, it's either background fodder or to be used to come at you in a certain percentage, like in a certain way. Like in all the old Jackie Chan movies, there is basically always 1 or 2 guys coming at you, 1 from behind, 1 from the front, and then it'll be 1 from the side that comes after. And the way that works is it's always so that nobody has a misstep, which why in these photos they look great. But there's different styles to it too. And what's really cool about that is if you are following like the Japanese style, or you're following the comic book style of swarming, it's always all at once, and there's basically like an overwhelming power flow, or you have a mighty swing. It's like when you watch the big power guys like The Rock throw a giant log, or for some reason add like 12 guys, that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of different things like that. The medieval way is for you kind of to slice through your opponent like a samurai or a Viking and things like that. So with these guys, right, I choose a certain type of way. Like for science related stuff, or science like really cool, weird approach, or somebody that's like a secret organization, I choose to use AIM soldiers and AIM beekeepers. The reason why these guys, I choose them for that is because they have the science look. Also, yellow kind of signifies that color with it. With straight up, I just want to beat up on Nazis, Hydra always. If you're going to do something Marvel related, Hydra's almost always involved with it. Cool, you beat up on a Nazi. Cool, get out of here, right? For Kamen Rider Super Sentai stuff, even the Hasbro Lightning Collection stuff, one of the really cool things is being able to use Shocker. Shocker's almost always involved in stuff, with the exception of the most latest shows. But Shocker, for the most part, has been involved in pretty much 40 years of Kamen Rider. You know what I mean? So Shocker is pretty easy to go along with any of the Tokusatsu stuff, with the exception of Ultraman. And even they made an appearance in that when Kamen Rider and Ultraman teamed up. So that's why you knock these guys out. Now, for Black Ops squads, goons, people to get beat up by either Predator or eaten alive by aliens, or just to be appearing in like robbery, bank stuff, a heist, a Black Ops squad, top flight security. These guys is what I use. And these are Marvel Legends Scourge that our army build by actually having my friend Public Enema create custom heads for them. So now I have my own kind of security squad, like a detail squad, right? Let's say this guy's an ex-military trained, you give them a backstory. These are really cool because now they have the look of it. And shout out to you, Public Enema, for getting me these custom heads. I've been using them literally since like 2013 or 2014. But again, because of you, I've used these guys for so long. So thank you for that. And if you want to try something different and you can't get custom heads, I also recommend what I did is I took the Marvel Legends heads of Marvel Legends Hydra Soldiers from the MCU, put them on a Scourge body, and you can still have a Black Ops squad guy, right? Now, the gem in all this is going to be the NECA Evil Dead Demon Spawn. Now, I use these guys a lot for either Mythic Legions, Berserk, horror stuff, whatever. These are my go-to guys, and I'm trying to get my hands on a few more. So, if anybody has a few for sale, please hit me up on my Instagram. Well, yeah, sell or trade, either way, it's fine. But I'm trying to get my hands on a few more because I now have 5, and I would like to get to either 7 or 9, and that's cool. But these guys are actually pretty articulated. They the only issue I have with these guys is that right here in the waist area, I have that loose T-joint, as you can see here. And not all of them are that way, but just a few of them. And these guys are actually one of the most articulated NECAs figures that there are. But I absolutely adore these guys. They're actually pretty fun to play with. And they come with multiple heads, and they look really, really creepy. But more importantly, they can sexy pose. And I think that's something that we should all take away from this. So, thank you guys for hearing me ramble on. But one of the things I'll explain, like I said before, is like, for instance, right? Let's get my main man, Barbarian, who I had here on the side. And I'm going to show you what I was talking about with posing these guys up and getting kind of in the thing. So I'm going to set one up for you guys to show you how it is. And I'm going to use the Demon Spawn. So basically, I'm going to set how he's going to approach this. If he's already attacking one, if he's already holding one, things like that. So let's say he wants to play let's say we have this pose and we're going to do the I'm cutting across the chest, or I'm stopping one that's attacking me, right? Even if I place one in the front as they try to rip across his axe. So let's place his arm out enough to make sure that there's enough distance between him and the Demon Spawn, right? So if there's enough space between him and Demon Spawn, the axe gets in between, right? Axe is at the chest, it's gonna chop through. These are kind of things and details that I look for. So that's 1, right? In a state of 2, what you do is either one is either already down or one is approaching him. And these are the kind of methods that I follow. I wanna make sure this looks good. Sorry, even when I'm practice showing people, I wanna make sure it looks good for you guys, right? So let's say we get one more posed up, or one more is trying to even say, let's say they already got contact with him. This actually looks good already. You place an arm somewhere to make it look like he's on him. And just like that, you have the rule of 2. That means you can put one more any place else. You could put one either on the floor, kind of looking like it's been stomped out. You could put another one approaching him. You can even go so cool as to place one around his leg to make it look like he's now being overwhelmed, right? Little things like this go a long way. So let's say you want to frame it or take a picture, anything like that. Let me just grab my other phone, right? Take a picture for you guys. So a picture and a picture. So let's try to change our focus. And take a picture, and yeah, came out pretty well. This is just a basic phone photo showing you guys how it would come out. But as you can see, my X kind of fell down. So, but in a real picture, I would probably pay more attention to all the position of where everything is. Definitely move that X in. And it's stuff like this that I like to do, where just, to me, it looks really good. Hopefully it looks good to you guys too, and I hope you enjoy it. These are one of the tips that I use on why I choose to build armies and why it looks really good. The bigger the army, the crazier the odds, the more fantasy it is with it. I definitely like to enjoy and use my imagination. And these are one of the things I never want to take away from others. So hopefully you guys get encouraged to do crazy army building stuff too. What I am going to try to do is going to try to dig through all my old army building stuff and show you what I've done recently to what I've done now and choose kind of my favorite ones at the end of this photo. Hopefully I can take time to find all of them. I'm probably not gonna find all of them, but hopefully I can find at least maybe 5 or 6 of them, some old and some new, and mix them in. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it at the end. Well, that's really why I enjoy building the army stuff. I think it looks fantastic. I also build stuff like ninjas. I army build other stuff. Hopefully I can find it. Like, I definitely army build aliens. I don't army build predators, unfortunately, because I don't see why I could do that unless it's going to be the arcade stuff or Alien versus Predator. Those guys probably have the best bodies for that. And then just, you know, just cool stuff in general. Like, I definitely army build, what was it? The Spider-Man villain, Gremlin. Was it Gremlin? No, not Gremlin. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I army built that guy because, Jackal. That's what it was. The reason why I army built Jackal is because this guy's a genetic scientist who constantly clones both himself and others. Why the hell wouldn't he not have an army of himself? So, and also they really look like cool bad guys. So why not use them? But hopefully, you know, we can see more of that with everyone, more cool photos like this. And I hope you guys enjoy a setup like this. And I hope it helps you with your displays. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this to help you guys. Hopefully it'll help you guys going along in your photography journey. I hope you continue to try and do better, because I know I am. As always, guys, thank you for listening to me ramble on as always. Thank you for always just enjoying my work. Thank you for liking and sharing it and showing it to others. I would not be here without you. So I do wish to always thank you. As always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.